Hey everyone, and welcome to an Ixalan Intermediate Swiss Draft League with me, the captain, at ease. Holt Hauser here, gonna play, and right, we're gonna just fire in. From this pack, I like the Adonto Vanguard. I will say I've only played a few Ixalan drafts so far, and they've been kind of weird random results. Sometimes I'm doing well, sometimes I'm 0-3ing. It's kind of a weird format where I find that sometimes you can just get punished from a slow start, so I think 2-drops are super important, and Adonto Vanguard is a great 2-drop in the first place. Also, white's just kind of a good color, I think. Other things I'm looking at, Sure Strike is a really good trick. Any of the 2-drops are just like fine. But other than that, I don't feel like this is a super exciting pack, so I'm just gonna take the Vanguard. Make it real easy here. Pious Interdiction is reasonable removal. There's not a heck of a lot of removal in this set, actually, so when you can take it, it's pretty important too. And I'm really leaning towards this just because my first pick was white as well. I would like to be the white deck, and there's not a heck of a lot of white we're passing after this besides Skyblade, which is fine. Call of the Feast is okay. Whenever I've played against it, it's felt really okay. I've not played it yet, but I mean, it's a reasonable 4-drop, but I don't think you want too many 4-drops in this. The rare is fine as well. I haven't used this rare in limited, so I don't know how reasonably you're going to be able to flip it. I can't imagine too often. Like 3 casting is a lot. And this format's so fast, I can't imagine you get a lot of value after just like flipping and flipping and flipping. So I think the easy choice here is Pious Interdiction. Give me that sweet, sweet pacifism for 4 mana. Man, high power stuff. Alright. So, no reasonable white cards in this pack. There's a Kinjali's Collar, but I don't think that's really what we're doing this far. I mean, I guess we could be, but much rather look at the other stuff. Dark Nourishment deals 3 damage to our creature, you gain 3 life. This is reasonable during races, and again, like I said, like, removal's pretty hard to come by. So I think I'd probably prefer that or Pounce. 5 mana is just so much in this format, but Pounce is like extremely okay. A lot of creatures don't have a lot of toughness in this format, so they don't like tango that well with something like this unless you have a lot of big dinosaurs, but I kind of like the black-white deck a bit better, so I think I might take Dark Nourishment. Yeah, okay. We'll take it. Black-white strong. Hopefully we don't. Alright, I'm sorry if Sunrise. This is a reasonable card. Sky Terror. One of my personal favorites from the set. Because it has literally a red pip and a white pip. But its text is relevant. Flyers are pretty good in this format. And Flying Menace almost reads unblockable. So 2 mana, 2/2 unblockable is not too bad. Inspiring Cleric. I think it rewards you a lot for the vampire synergies, and obviously it's reasonable in racing, but I think having a first striker is just probably better. Explore is pretty strong. We're not seeing a lot of red going, so I don't really want to take the Sky Terror personally, so I'm just going to take this guy. Stick to the white plan. Okay, so no more white cards in this pack. We have Deadeye Tormentor, which is a black card, but the rest are other things. So it looks like there's a lot of blue. There's Lookout's Dispersal. This card, I think, is okay. You just don't really want to be that slow of a deck. There's Runaground, which is fine. There's Dive Down, which is a little bit better than it looks with how good the enchantments and auras are in this set. God, this is really tough. I'm not sure I like all the picks. There's also Wild Growth Walker. This could be reasonable. Winding Fog, Blossoming Dryad. I think maybe this is the best card in the back. Maybe we just try it. Sure, why not? Wow. We have a bunch of white cards in this one, and one of them is the classic Belligerent Brontodon, which I really do not know how to rate this card. 7 drop is just so much in a relatively aggressive formats. We're seeing some more blue, but this blue is kind of medium. I think we just take a Conquistador here. It's good to take these early just because, like, you know, each one you take gets extra value. We can also take the Sleek Skinner, but I don't know if I'm that high on this card. Alright. Bishop of the Bloodstained. When it ETBs, target opponent loses 1 life for each vampire. 1 human. That's vampire. I mean, I guess if we take this, this starts to reward us for getting more vampires later. And I kind of like that more than any of the other stuff. It's a 5 drop, which is like 5 mana 3/3 is not great. Maybe we can wield that black-white thing. Skullduggery. Skullduggery is a really reasonable, like, all this 1 mana interaction that kind of acts as removal is really good. Since the removal is so weak, tricks are a bit better. So I think it's between that and Cobbled Wings. Cobbled Wings is actually quite good for just like turning a threat into a flyer. Flyers are really good in this format, but I think Skullduggery is a little bit better, and I like taking something on color. I'm going to move that to the side. Alright, now we have nothing on color, but we do have a Sure Strike. I mean, I think that's just probably the best thing in the thing, and the pack. I mean, we can take Looming Altasaur as like a sideboard card, but I don't know, I feel like it's more likely that if we're getting a Sure Strike late, maybe we get some red stuff. I don't know. Alright, I'll take a 2 drop. Yeah, this stuff's all very medium to the sideboard. I don't think you really want to play more than like 2 5-drops in this format, but I guess I'll take it. Well, blue seems actually kind of open. I mean, I don't think Windstrider is terrible. I don't think you want to pick it so early just because, like, you'll find them later in other packs. Like I said, like 5-drops go late because there's just so many of them and they're so clunky. And this format, like, really rewards you for being on the offensive and attacking. So we got some removal. We got a Skullduggery. It's not bad. I don't think we're completely locked into black. Captain Lannerly Storm is a pretty good aggressive color. The only white card we have is Pterodon Knight. I'm not going to see it again. This Pillage is pretty medium. This guy's alright in an aggressive deck as a like curve topper. Ooh, actually, I was totally blind. I'm like, oh gosh, do we move into red? Like, is this what we're doing now? But Vanquish the Reek is like actually premium removal and does real stuff. And we're already a little bit in black. I think this kind of solidifies us into black if we just take this here. So, sure. Vanquish the Weak. Rune Raider? I kind of like that. Rewards us for attacking. Wanted Scoundrels is actually a shout here. Again, removal's really not great, so sometimes I've played before where you just stick the Wanted Scoundrels and it's like they just don't come back from it, and I think it's really important to be aggressive in this format. Ugh, this is a tough pick because I feel like Bob is still pretty good. I don't see anything else in the pack that really draws us, but I think we're getting much more like solidifying ourselves in black. It's a shame that we have to pass this, but yeah, I think we want to be more aggressive, so I'm going to take this 4/3. I don't know if it's right, to be perfectly honest, but I'll give it a shot. Mark of the Vampire is really good. These, as I've been saying so much, removal is like not that strong in this set. So even these enchantments are really good because so much of it is about racing, and giving lifelink is huge. You know, even slapping this to like this 1/3 flyer is like so hard for the opponent to deal with. And I think that is what we're going to take. Other options are Pterodon Knight, but we don't have anything to really turn it on, or like Slash Towns, and Slash Towns is distinctly okay, I think. So I'll take this. Seems very reasonable. There's also Dark Nourishment, but we already have one, and again, I don't want too many 5-drops. drops. So, ooh, that's like Vanquish the Weak. I'm pretty happy to take that. Glorifier of Dusk I think is just better than Bishop the Bloodstained, but Vanquish of the Weak I think is actually just better than both of them. There's also Vampire Companion. I'm tempted by that, but I think it's just right to take the removal where you can get it. Yeah, so we have another Raptor Companion here. There's a lot of green going around, but that makes sense. Green's probably has been kind of identified as one of the weaker colors in the format, so I'll take a 3-1 for 2. That seems reasonable. So now our colors are kind of drying up here. I mean, it's a white card. I'm not sure we want to be, that. We don't have that many tricks actually so far, so I'm not sure we want to be that aggressive, but I don't see anything else. Like, we definitely don't want this. I don't think we want Stormfleet Pyromancer. Machine Goblin I actually like a lot, but I'm just gonna take this. I feel like it's a little bit too late to be like, or should we change our colors? Skittering Heartstopper is fine. It sometimes trades, and that's strong. Man, we could have had 2 of these guys. Oh, I wonder how good that deck actually would have been if we decided to go that route. It's kind of interesting to think about, especially now that we're kind of getting Dregsy already. Remember, this was the pack that only had like 1 white card, I think. So I think this is fine as a sideboard card. I don't know if we'll play it. Again, we already have a Sunrise Seeker. 5 drops are not exactly at a premium. There was a Vicious Conquistador after this. We only have 1. Maybe we take a bunch of 1 drops? Could that be right? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try it. It might go absolutely wrong, but where do you get, if you don't experiment sometimes? I'm happy to pick up a bear here. Come on, other 1 drop, dude. Slash Ixalan or Pterodon Knight. This is kind of tough. If you're super aggressive, you don't really want this effect that much. But I think it's a little bit better than Pterodon Knight. Ugh, more 1 drops. Getting there. Just take this stuff that's all off color. Perhaps this is a bit too aggressive. But, I mean, let's find out. Why not? I'm interested. I'm sad my other Vicious Conquistador didn't come back. Could have been so cool. Alright, what do we have here? Kitesail Freebooter is fine. Paladin of the Bloodstain is fine. But I think I'm way more interested in the Freebooter. Treasure Map's a cool card, it's just so slow. Once again, I feel like for what we're doing right now, we're being pretty aggressive. At least this lets us take a removal spell, or possibly one of their big things to do. I also would like to pick up a couple of wings at some point in this pack. That'd be really cool. But I'll take this for now. Dang. Take a 7-drop. 7-drop 4/4. Very strong. I like this flyer here. It drains, it's a flyer, it's a relevant tribe, vampire for our bishop. Could also take Direfleet Hoarder, but I think this is just better. Flyers are pretty strong here. Pick it up with this Mark of the Vampire. Strong. Too strong, one might say. Don't know how this is going. I find this draft format actually really difficult because I feel like Magic plays really counterintuitively when you make lifelink such a strong mechanic and such a key marked part. Like combat and racing works really strangely on the regular, I think I'm happy to pick up a 3/1. Oh, actually, there's contract killing. Oh, that's kind of tough, actually. I feel like deck just wants like the game to be kind of over by the time we reach 5. Ugh, this is a tough one. I feel like actually a 3-1 might just be more important. Could that be? Does that make any sort of sense? Oh well, I think I'm doing it because I'm not sure. Like, oh yes, Hammer Skull. This thing, I honestly think this thing is one of the best commons in the set, and because it's so hard for your opponent to block. And actually, that's exactly what I sort of wanted. You know, we have a couple of dinosaurs now. Maybe we even run Imperial Lancer, double strike 1/1. Ugh, class. Yeah, okay. I think I'll take this. Easy pick. I like Sheltering Light a lot. But there's also Rallying Roar, and to be honest, in this deck, like Sheltering Light's so good because of 1 mana interaction, but Rallying Roar might actually be what this deck needs to win. Like if we're running a bunch of 1-drops, if that's our plan, maybe Rallying Roar actually gets us there. And I think that might be a little bit of a stronger thing than Sheltering Light. If we pick up any of the token stuff as well, that's like, you know, make 2 1/1s or whatever, I think this really rewards us. It's tough, but I think I'm going to take the Rallying Roar. And we get a Sheltering Light, absolutely rewarded because we're great, awesome, and always lucky. So I think just between Legion Conquistador and the Blightkeeper. Blightkeeper's kind of reach, but Conquistador, obviously we already have one, so that boosts its value a little bit. The question is, like, how good do we think a 1/1 flyer is going to be this strategy? I think the fact that we picked, like, I think we're kind of committed at this point. I think we just want to run our opponents over. And I think that's better than, like, trying to stall out with, like, a 2/2 or whatever. So, that seems counterintuitive, but the Blightkeeper is kind of reach. The only card we can use is Legion's Judgment, and this is actually more of a sideboard card than anything, so I'm going to put the sideboard. Sweet, we got a couple Zwings pretty late. We could also take Pterodon Knight. Pterodon Knight I don't think is horrible now that we have a couple of dinos, but I think Cobbled Wings is just a bit better. Gives us a little bit of reach. And we got another Pterodon Knight anyway, it's fine. I guess we take the Sentinel Totem. Take that for constructed. Second Cobbled Wings, we'll take it. We're not extremely happy about it. I don't know about this deck. I'm not sure if I've made good decisions here. Yeah, sure. Just take one of them. I'll take the uncommon. Oof. Well, blue and green seem pretty open. I felt like we got some reasonable picks pretty late. I guess I could have taken the contract killing. I still don't know about that decision. What did I take over it? Alright. Oh, I think we took a bloodletter or something like that. Oh well. So, here we are. Gotta make some cuts. In Cameron Keeper. So much to use the ability. The second text on it is really not that great, but let's see. This is just a 1-mana beater. I'm not sure we want Slash of Talons. As far as removal goes, like they have to block for it to make us worth it. Let's group our creatures separately. This is reach, so I'm kind of okay with it. This is a catch-all. This helps us race. This is a win condition. Skullduggery. All this stuff is actually just quite affordable. I'd like to run all of it if I can. So that makes me think maybe we cut some of our weaker creatures. I think 4 1-drops is probably reasonable, so we can cut one of these. I think Encampment Keeper is probably the weakest one. I don't know. I guess this is a 1-mana 1/1 unless we draw Raptor Companion or Territorial Hammerskull. Maybe that makes it just weaker. Yeah, we probably just don't have enough things to turn this on. 3 is just not enough. And how do I feel about the rest of my stuff? Bishop has 1, 2, or no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I doubt I will ever drain my opponent for that much, but I think that's probably enough that like maybe we just get in for 3 and that does it. Maybe we do want to cut one of these. Drawing Roar good enough. I'm having serious doubts about my plans, but I feel like whenever I make a deck where I'm like, oh, this is a strong deck, I've got like a real game plan, and this is gonna go great, I just have to do this and that, like, it always goes terribly. And every time I get a deck where I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, it always turns out great. So I'm a bit like, alright then. This is really tough. I feel like we can run 16 lands in this deck for sure. So I took out the Encampment Keeper. I don't think it does enough. And then maybe it's just a Pterodon Knight. Maybe a Hill Giant is not good in this deck. That seems so aggressive to me, but we're running so many 2s and 1s. Maybe it's worth it. Then again, it's like, would I rather run this Hill Giant that might be flying or this Hill Giant that I need a board and able to do extra damage with? I don't know. Like, this is so much better with any of the token synergies, and unfortunately we didn't really pick up any of those, so it's a bit awkward. I think I'll try it like this. You only live once, right? Oh, jeez. I kind of have a bad feeling about this. 1, 2, 3. So we'll do some mana stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so. Yeah, that's actually what I was pretty interested in. I want white by turn 2, so I think this is reasonable. And, alright. I'm really not sure how this is gonna go, but you'll see. I'll catch you in round 1.